Good afternoon, everybody. It is time for EC Radio. You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms. Shout out to the sponsors. First and foremost, got to give love to my sponsors over at EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his fine staff at 315-335-0516. EJAmoving.com. They give you free boxes. They pack up your boxes. They bring your boxes wherever they need to go. They're a very reputable moving service. Tell them Uncle Z sent you. That is 315-335-0516, EJA Moving. Also, shout out to Joey's at 307 on Mohawk Street. Amazing restaurant. They're killing it over there on Mohawk Street. They got a great seafood dinner. They got great revolving dinner menus. They do catering. Give them a call today. Set up a reservation. Tell them I sent you. 315-864-3527. Also, big ups to my friends over at Utica Coffee, Saranac Brewery, and my attorney, Dave Longaretta. If you need legal advice, give him a call today at 315-735-6162. Juneteenth celebration coming up next week at Chancellor Park on Bleecker Street. It's going on Saturday, June 19th from noon to 8 p.m. There's going to be live music and celebrating a whole bunch of many different things going on. A lot of activities going on next weekend. And joining me today, I have Robbie Dancy in the house with me, as well as Deidre. Ladies, welcome. Good to see you both.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Glad to be here.
Shout out to Michelle Truitt for setting this up for us.
Uh-huh.
She's a gem in our community, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, she is.
I should unmute your microphone, huh, Deidre? I'm like, wait, how come I can't hear her? Hang on 1 second. I got to play technical difficulty guy today, too. Where are you? Let's see. Deidre, give me some.
Hello.
There you are. I hear you now. All right. Welcome, ladies. Good to see you today. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you to Michelle for setting this all up. Now, Robbie.
Yes.
Before we get into the Juneteenth thing, Michelle was the one that told me if you want some history on Club George, that you're the lady to talk to.
Okay.
And that is like a legendary club. I mean, is it true it was part of the Chitlin Circuit back in the day?
Yes, it was.
It was. Now,
yeah.
explain a little bit about it.
Well, I'll tell you what. They started out, my mom and dad started out, it used to be the Liberty Street Cafe in 1945. It was the Liberty Street Cafe. A year later, they got a liquor license. So in 1946, it became Club George. And during the 50s, many of the jazz artists used to play at the Stanley, and they stayed at Hotel Utica. And after they played at the Stanley, they come down to Club George, which was a block down, and give a jam session down there for the people. It was free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I was a little girl. I didn't know, but they told me about it.
Yeah.
They told me about it, yeah.
You know all the stories.
I know the stories,
So
exactly.
Club George was basically your after-hours party, your after party after the Stanley.
After the Stanley, not after hours.
That was another place.
Yeah, right.
So what were some of the artists that came through throughout the years?
I know that Duke Ellington came through there.
Wow.
Count Basie came through. And I remember one time, what's her name? The lady sings the blues.
Ella Fitzgerald?
Is that who sings the blues? Lady sings the blues? The other one. They just had a movie on TV about her.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I know. Why is this driving?
See, I'm old, so I forget.
Too.
But
I just seen the movie too.
I remember her. I don't think she sang, but she was here in Utica. She was here in Utica.
Wow.
I think of her name. Oh my gosh.
I see the face.
You know who I'm thinking? You know who
I saw the movie too.
I saw
we all saw it, and we can't think of her name. We'll think of it tonight.
Yeah, when we're about to fall asleep.
Exactly.
It's usually when things pop up in your brain,
yeah,
right?
but well known lady.
Now, how long did your family have Club George?
They had that business for 62 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was one of the oldest black-owned business in central New York State.
Was it hard for them to get a liquor license being black?
You
right off
know,
the bat?
in 1940, I never heard them say anything about them having any problem. Like I said, it was the Liberty Street Cafe for 1 year, and the next year they had their liquor license. And they didn't, I never heard them say that they had a problem getting their liquor license down there. I was raised up down there. It was, I mean, that was our neighborhood. That was our village. At that time, that was our village. And everybody knew each other. You couldn't do nothing wrong. If you did, somebody was going to say, I'm telling your mother on you. You know, and that's the way it was all the time with everybody. So it was, I loved being down there. I loved it.
Yeah. Did you work there yourself?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
What kind of tasks would you take on?
I was a bartender after I got older. Once I got older, I was in college, and I was home during the holidays. I mean, during vacations, and I was on the bar down there. When I was growing up, see, you can go in the bar when you're 18. So at 18, we were partying. And so, but when I was out of college, I worked down there, and even after I got a job, I'd still work down there on weekends or whenever they needed me or something. Yeah.
Would there be a sound system there, or would like an artist have to bring their own? Would you happen to know that?
What the what? The
like a sound system, like a PA system?
You know, they must have had one down there. I don't recall them, but they must have had a sound system down there because they had entertainment. They would have entertainment. So I'm sure they did have some sort of sound system down there.
Did your parents maintain a relationship with a lot of the artists that came through?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't recall. No, I don't. I don't think so. They were just glad they came through there. You know, that was the whole thing. Being in Utica, coming down there, that was the main thing. And I'm not sure if they maintain a relationship or not because they never told me anything about it.
Yeah.
If they did, you know. So I'm not sure.
Huh.
But it was interesting.
Was there entertainment every night of the week?
No.
No?
They had entertainment on the weekends.
Okay.
They had all kind of entertainment down there, though. They had dancers and all this other stuff.
It was the hub.
It was the hub.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I mean, up until it closed in 2006, it really was, you know, still. And I miss the people. I miss seeing their faces, you know.
Yeah, you maintain a relationship with a lot of the people,
Yeah.
your regulars that come in and out.
Exactly. And then, like when I was, just before we retired, it was all the retirees coming in there. So we'd all hang out together, you know, it was just all the retirees coming in. And, you know, it was pretty nice.
Great times back then, huh?
It was.
Yeah.
It
And
was.
what made you close in 2006?
Well, taxes mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly, it was.
Get out. In New York State, there's no taxes.
I'm
in
telling
New
you.
York State. Come on.
You know, it was like for 60 years, and taxes was killing us. You know, it was you're paying more taxes than you're taking in. So that was basically the reason why I said it's time to get out of this. It's too much.
Yeah, that and the upkeep on the building, I imagine, was a lot.
Yeah. You got to keep everything and all the licenses and all that stuff, you know, up to date and things, you know. So it's quite a bit.
Insurance.
You got it. All of that.
Employees.
And
inventory.
Yes.
There's just so much.
Their
that goes
paychecks, their payrolls, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But taxes was what got us mostly.
Good old New York State.
Yeah.
That's how they are. That's how they make it.
It is.
It makes it difficult for you to do.
Sorry about it, but
it's the truth. So that 2006, you closed the doors. But you where did you start becoming a medical technician and all that?
Let's see, 1963.
Wow.
I
got
got
bartending, doing both?
Huh?
Were you doing both? Working both jobs?
In 1963, I came back. I got out of college in 1963. And I came back here and got a job at Faxton as a technologist. And it was, I'm trying to think that I did work sometimes, you know, like on a weekend or something like that, or Saturday if they needed me. But most of the work I did was at home, was taking care of the books. My father taught me a lot about taking care of books. Paper. no technology.
No.
All paper.
Yeah. Write things down.
Yes.
There was things called.
It's still in my head.
Do you remember a phone book?
Yeah. Kids now ask you, what's that?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. They use it as a booster seat now.
Right. Right.
But writing everything down like ledger and like spreadsheets and all that.
Yeah.
No idea.
But I did a lot of work at home for them, and if they needed me, I was there. If I didn't have to do my regular job, on the weekends, I'd be there. Yeah. I think once I moved back here, because I was gone for 32 years. And once I moved back here and I was working 2 or 3 days a week, I worked down there too. And, I worked there and I worked at my job in the lab. So
grinding it out, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deidre, did you frequent Club George back in the day?
When I became of age.
I was just going to say, when I was here, Deidre wasn't born, I don't think, when I left. Because I'd never seen her in a bar.
But the funny thing is that my oldest sister bartended there.
She did?
Yeah. And so for me, it was like...
my mother told me that.
Yeah.
She did.
So I was there on the opposite side, but she was literally the babysitter. I'm like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I couldn't get away with much.
I know.
Because her eyes were...
We're right on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah. My mom told me that. Because, people used to come to Club George. It was a community place, too. We had booths. They'd bring the kids, and they'd sit in the booth. What kind of soda you want? They'd give them the soda, and they'd go to the bar. That's the way it was then.
Different times back then.
That's right. That's the way it was then. And they'd sit in that booth, and they'd be happy playing, and the mother and father, we wouldn't get them drunk or nothing. They just have to go before. That's right. You take care of your kids.
Yeah. That's how it was. And then, like, back in the day, too, the neighborhood pretty much disciplined the kids, too.
Oh, my God,
everybody
yes.
watched out for each other back then.
Yes.
Not like today, that's for
Yes,
sure.
it was. Everybody knew each other in the neighborhood. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. When I was a kid, we used to walk from my place all the way down Liberty Street to the bakery. It was New York Bakery then. And we'd walk down there and then walk back. We just had a great time. A great time. Grew up down there. It was nice.
Does it make you sad to see the changes that have happened throughout the years?
When I pass by there, all I see are memories.
Yeah.
That's all I see are memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dilapidated buildings.
Yes. Yes. Well, the ones that are up, many of them are down. But it's like I look now and I see where they have the benches and the grass, and it used to be like that. They had an area in there. Do you remember that, where they had the benches and at that little area there? It was nice, and they have them back there again. I see now too. They're putting them back there. But I missed the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Do you drive down there often?
I do.
You do?
When I go home, I go.
Have your flashbacks.
Well, my mother's, yeah.
Yeah, flashbacks are a real thing.
They are.
You can just look at things and trigger.
They really are.
Trigger a memory.
Yep. Yep.
There's so much history on Club George. We can do a full podcast on it, and maybe one day we should have you come back and really document the history of that.
You need to get my mother then.
Yeah.
She'd never stop talking.
I would love that. Bring her in next time.
Well, she'll be 97 next month.
Wow.
Next week.
Really.
Amazing.
And she's still with her.
Oh, very much so.
Oh, yeah.
Very much so.
Right on. And now let's talk a little bit about Juneteenth. You got a Juneteenth celebration coming up next week at Chancellor Park. Talk a little bit about what's going on next week in that celebration.
Well, we've been doing Juneteenth now for I guess about 7, 8 years. And it's getting kind of big now because it's a state holiday. So everybody is involved in it now because it is a state holiday. And to me, Juneteenth was a part of Black history that many people here in Utica didn't know anything about, because I never knew anything about it.
Same here. I didn't know about it until last year.
Yeah, I never knew anything until I moved to California. And I lived in California for 21 years, and they always had Juneteenth celebrations. I said, what the heck is this? You know, I said, what is, and many people in California are from Texas and Arkansas. And so they told me, it's our Independence Day, the people in Texas. That's our Independence Day. I said, oh, and it came about 2.5 years after the Emancipation was signed. So I said, oh, that's what it's all about. So then when I came back here, I started doing Utica Monday night with Lynn Michelini.
Yep.
After Otha passed away. She passed away, and Lynn asked me if I'd do Utica Monday night, and I said, all right, I don't know what I got to do. I'd only been back here a couple years, but I liked Utica Monday night.
I feel like everybody's throwing you to the wolves, huh?
So I did that, and then the city stopped giving us money for Utica Monday night, so Lynn and I put our own money in there and did it. So then after that, for a few years, we stopped that. Then I went to African American Heritage Day in August on Saturdays, and I did that every year, starting from 2010 or 11, something like that. And then Juneteenth, I said, start doing Juneteenth. I want to say around 2014 or 15. Do you remember?
Yeah, about that.
Around that time? I'm thinking around 2015. Because I said, if I did it in June, that would be great. I could do Juneteenth / African American Heritage Day. Then I had the rest of my summer free.
I remember you said that.
And I said, it'll give us some history, give people some history. Because when I first did it, people were saying, what is Juneteenth? So many people. And I said, I can understand that. When you're here in Utica, you don't know what's going on in other parts of the country, you know. You really don't know other parts' history, and especially black history.
Right.
You don't know.
Right.
So it was one of those things. I just felt like that we had a little celebration for Juneteenth, start doing it, and around, I think it was around 2015, somewhere around there, 14, 15. And it's been going strong ever since, and I just love it. I like it. Deidre was the one who first got me the musicians from Syracuse. I had some musicians here in Utica, and when they couldn't do it, she got me musicians from Syracuse, and that's where they've been coming from ever since. I love them.
Now,
They've been really good, and they have many vendors, many organizations out there that people are, if they want to know something that's going on in the community, they're all out there. They can find out everything that's going on in the community. Many of the organizations are going to be out there as vendors. We'll have food, we'll have music, the organizations will be there, vendors selling a whole lot of stuff there.
awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be quite big this year. I think so.
Talk about some of the music that's going to be there. Your friends from Syracuse, who's playing?
It used to be Jeff Houston. He passed away, and then his brother came and replaced him, Michael. And then Michael, when Michael couldn't do it, he gave me another group. He said, these people, Miss Robbie, these people will help you. They're called Trump Tight 315. And I tell him, I said, what is this? And they said, Trump Tight. I said, oh, like playing cards. He said, yeah. I said, oh, okay, you Trump Tight playing cards. All
Playing
right.
pitch.
Right, right. So anyways, this is their third year with me now. And they're really good. And they're going to be there. And then, Cassandra Lockwood.
Of course.
95.5.
Yeah.
She'll be there for an hour with her group. One of her DJs is going to be my DJ this year for that. And then I have spoken word. I have various singers going to be there. Munson Williams is going to be there. And there's going to be T-shirts. Blue Cross Excellus donated T-shirts to get, how are they going to get those? You explained that, Deidre.
So this year, we're so excited about Juneteenth and all the work that Ms. Robbie's been doing over the years. So what we decided to do is this year, tried to support making it bigger, right, more inclusive of the community, because she's right. What is Juneteenth? Like, I didn't know about Juneteenth until she started doing it.
Wow.
Right? That's just a few years ago. So it's really about the history. It's about celebration. It's about jubilation. So it's about getting the community out. So we thought this year, why don't we try to do something commemorative? And so a T-shirt we thought would be a wonderful thing to give the community as a commemorative item to have. But how are we going to do that? So we decided, number one, we need to find funding, somebody to sponsor it. Thank goodness for Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, because they stepped right up to sponsor those T-shirts for us. And then we identified a local artist through Michelle, Dave Mentis, who created the design, right? And we have a local minority who's going to do the production of those T-shirts. And so we will have them available for everyone to get for free, a limited quantity. But the idea is come out and join us on Juneteenth on Saturday at Chancellor Park. And we're going to give individuals tickets, and we're going to drive that traffic from Saturday to Sunday at Munson, where we will continue the live entertainment. We will unveil the Emma Amos exhibition, and it's really about getting communities of colors into places and spaces that we might not go to, just on our own. So it's really about broadening who we are as a collective in this community. So the weekend is designed phenomenally, starting off with Friday night with a walk through the Underground Railroad sites here in Utica. And
Really?
Yep, Freedom Trail Commission will do that. So we'll start Friday night. We'll be at Chancellor Park all day on Saturday. I can't wait. And then on Sunday, we'll convene over at Munson. We'll continue the celebration there. So it's going to be just outright fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I love about Utica, it's so diverse culturally, and I love the fact that you are adding this education piece to your
That's
event.
right.
It's super important to know your history.
It is. It is
100%. Can you take me through the whole Underground Railroad stops here in Utica? Because this is something that's not even on my radar.
Oh, so you would need to speak to the expert, and that would be Mary Hayes Gordon.
Okay.
And she could definitely give you all those details. I've taken the walking tour several years ago. I was just mind blown.
Really?
I had no idea that this city had so much history. But I would definitely recommend that you connect with Mary to get the specifics. And that tour is coming up on that Friday evening.
How long of a trail is it? Tour?
It's about, I would say, the whole walking tour is about an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
It is?
You're going to stop and you're going to talk, and yeah.
Oh,
And so it's a small group, and we got an Eventbrite. People could sign up. Last I heard, we were just about filled, so we're thinking that
Yeah.
we might have to do two.
she has a limited number
Yeah.
of
Excellent.
20 to 25 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, such a rich history here. But like
It is.
Robbie said, we just didn't know so
I
many
know
things.
it. You don't know. You don't know.
Right.
I didn't know a lot of things till certain other things happened. So,
Right. And
It is.
that's another thing that frustrates me as well, is like these. How come we never learned any of this? And
You don't. It's not in the book.
The powers that be never wanted to put this in the history books.
That's right.
And it's ignorance, if you ask me.
I tell the kids all the time, you don't know where you're going unless you know where you come from.
Right. But what a fun way to be exposed.
But
when
it
you do an
is.
event
It
like-
is just to see,
Yeah.
oh, wow, because I've never done it either.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
underground. But also, Cassandra's going to have a freedom song thing on Friday night, too, on CBS from 7 to 8.
Oh, wow.
So, what is it? Freedom Trail Songs or something
It's
like
going
that.
to be beautiful.
And it's going to be on Channel 5 from 7 to 8 Friday night, too.
Cassandra works her butt off.
Huh?
She does.
Cassandra works her butt off.
Yeah, she does.
She does. I don't think the woman sleeps.
She'll wake me up at 8 o'clock in the morning. All right.
So is all this free? Is it all a free admission?
Everything is free.
Everything's free.
And really, I think going up to Munson will be really nice too, because they're going to have a really nice art exhibit up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be nice.
It sounds like you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And
I'm so glad. This is the first time that we've had our whole weekend is full.
is it usually
for
just a one-day thing?
Just a one-day
Yeah.
thing, yeah. And the whole weekend is full for Juneteenth, so this is a Juneteenth celebration.
Mm-hmm.
It is very good.
Excellent. And then this is something you're going to be doing for years and years. You're going to pass this on
Probably
to
so.
generations.
Probably so.
Right.
That's what I love about the event. So it's really like a reunion of sorts. You know, I could go down to the park and I could see a lot of folks that I hadn't seen in a long
Right.
time. And
Yeah.
I really love the seniors.
That's
You know,
that's
who
what
are
I
like,
like.
Come over here, baby. I ain't seen you
I
in a
know.
long time.
That's what I like. I call it a fellowship of, you know.
Yeah, it's
just-
wonderful.
It
It's
is.
wonderful. Then you got the little ones, and
Yeah.
so that ability to connect, you know, in that open, beautiful, you know,
Yeah.
green area. It's just lively. It's fun.
Yeah.
And it's so energizing, you know. And this year, especially after COVID, you know, could you just imagine, you know, what people are going
Being
to
out.
feel like just to be out together, to see one another. Right, to be able to, you know, get that renewed energy and that sense of purpose, and like, yes, we're still here and we're still celebrating. I think that's the part that I'm looking forward to the most.
Were you not able to do it last year because of COVID?
Yes.
Yeah, you had to shut it down.
Yeah. We due to the pandemic, we couldn't do it at all. I had the dates and everything already and set, but we couldn't do it.
Oh, what a shame.
No,
But it just gave you more time to plan for this one, right?
I guess. Yes.
Because do you have a lot of activities? Did you have a lot of activities planned for last year?
Before it stopped, before I even
Gotcha.
got started going, that was it right there. That was it right there. We do have games for children too. The previous years we've had Bouncy House, but we're not doing Bouncy House this year because of the pandemic. But we are having games for children, so kids will have fun too.
Yeah. Bring the whole family, come down, get
It's a-
educated, and
yeah.
eat some food, listen to some great
Yes,
music,
yes.
and celebrate the heritage.
Yep.
It's excellent.
That's
I think what you're doing is beautiful, and it's super important to know your history. What's your quote again? If you don't know where you're going, you got to know where you came from.
If you don't know where you're going, you have to know where you came from.
Just turn that into the T-shirt. That should be the T-shirt.
That's what I tell them. I said, you don't know where you're going unless you know where you come from.
That's next year's
You
T-shirt.
do. You know, and so many times people maybe they don't want to say their history because they feel embarrassed or something. But I always feel like, don't feel embarrassed. Look where you are now and what you had to do to get to that point. Because, see, I know how my family worked hard to get to where they are. So, and they worked hard for me to go to school. So I feel blessed.
Yeah.
And I know where I come from.
I love it. Yeah, did you go to school at Proctor growing up, or
No, Proctor was our enemy. I went to
No,
UFA.
That's our enemy.
I went to UFA.
You're a Titan.
Yeah. Those were our. I went to UFA.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Graduated
And
there.
for those that don't know, UFA was a high school that existed at one time.
Utica Free Academy.
There was a few of them too. Now that's just condensed into one high school. But you had Kennedy, you had UFA, you had
UFA,
Proctor,
Proctor.
and then you had like the Catholic schools too. at
And
one
we
time.
had St. Francis,
St. Francis.
the sales. Yeah,
Yeah. How it's all changed.
I know.
That's all changed.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're doing is absolutely awesome. Do you plan on doing another Utica Monday night? Type of
no.
event? That's completely done.
That's gone.
Now that Levitt's in full effect.
Oh yeah, Levitt's is right there now, so we don't have to have Utica Monday night
true.
anymore. We have Levitt's now.
And it brought a huge smile on my
And
face
she's
to
doing
see
a-
a
yeah.
lineup
A
this week.
lineup.
It's
Yes.
really good.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah. I'm excited for that too. And,
So
and
am I.
Michelle does a great job
She
with that.
does.
Yeah.
She does.
She does.
She has the personality for that, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
And she's got a great team behind her.
Yes,
That's
she does.
good.
Really
That
good
she
team.
does.
That's
behind her.
good.
And it's fun on a Monday. You go down and see some
I
free
know it.
music.
I know.
There's vendors there. You get some food and
Yes.
ice cream and whatnot.
It's great.
Yeah.
Great. Very good.
Great little vibe she's created. down
It
there.
is.
We're lucky to have her in our community.
Yep.
Very, very lucky. So that's going on next weekend, right? June, when's it start? The
Next-
18th, 19th?
Yeah,
Let me
and the
see.
20th.
18th, 19th, and 20th.
Uh-huh.
We've got a full weekend. Mm-hmm. Rob, you going to be able to sleep that weekend?
It's just what I was wondering because I want to do the walk, but I also want to see Cassandra's show on TV. So I'm saying I might not be able to do the walk. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the walk though.
A lot of activities going on.
I really
Yes.
want to. She should schedule one another time
I think
too.
we're going to have to do another one.
Yeah, because more people want to go.
Want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, the interest is high, so and that's really exciting.
Can that be something you might want to open up like on a random day?
That's
you
what
know?
I'm thinking. We
Yeah.
got to talk to Mary about that. I have to talk to Mary about that. She's with the Freedom Trail.
Freedom
Freedom
Trail.
Trail. Yeah, and Jill went a couple weeks ago, and she said it was wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, so it was great.
I think it's
So
great.
hopefully Mary could do another one for us.
She will. She loves it.
So I want to
That's
recap really quick, though. Thursday is the Freedom Trail. What time does that begin?
That's Friday.
Oh, Friday. I'm sorry.
Friday.
Friday's the Freedom Trail.
It's 6 to 7, isn't it?
6 to 7.
And I think it's going to start out at the post office. And no, bus hub.
At the bus hub?
I think so.
The new bus hub on Bleecker Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's where they start, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
Or yeah, that's where Adirondack Bank is, isn't
that
it?
area.
Around the corner, yeah.
I imagine some of the buildings that are on this Freedom Trail are no longer in existence, or do they just?
Some are not, but some are still there.
Some are still
And
there.
That
you would
one
think
by
that-
that one by the Utica Coffee. Is that one of the buildings by the Utica Coffee?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, couple in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of know a little brief history on the place that you're talking about, that you're referring to, by Utica Coffee. Now, that was a place that people used to come and just hide out.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Do you know? Can you tell me a little?
I
bit
don't know
something
too
about
much
that?
about it. Do you know anything?
That's why I said Mary's the expert.
Yeah, the only thing I know, I read something about a judge not too long ago. I'm not sure that. No, let Mary do it.
Yeah.
'Cause
We're all still learning history.
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
And
hey.
thank goodness that we can.
but
we have
it's
such talented
interesting.
people.
My father went to school on Union Street. Did you go by Union Street?
I believe that's part of that trail.
It is.
Yes.
My dad went to school there, but he didn't stay long. He didn't like school.
He got out. That's it.
He went to New York. And then he still had to go to school in New York. He was with his uncle. His uncle used to live here. Something.
But then your dad opened up a legendary club.
Yep.
Huh?
Then your dad opened
Yeah,
up a legendary
right.
club.
Yeah.
So
When he got older.
When he got older.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's safe to say he was, a promoter in the area, bringing all the acts in and whatnot.
Yeah.
Did you guys, back to Club Georgia really quick, did they book a lot of local acts too? Was it a lot of just traveling acts?
It was just mostly. I don't know if it was local, because up the street, Miners used to have a lot of local acts up there. The Club Miners, they used to have a lot of local acts. But I don't recall my mother and father having a lot of local musicians. I don't recall it. I mean, they probably did. I remember, but I don't know. I was a kid.
Yeah, bigger population back then too.
Yes, it
There's
was.
probably like a
Yes, it
bigger
was.
music community.
Yes. And at nighttime, at that time, I couldn't be out. I was home in the bed, so I don't know what's going on.
But back to Juneteenth celebration. It kicks off on Friday, and then Saturday's the big Chancellor Park celebration.
Yeah.
That starts at noon, goes to 8 o'clock. Live music. There's going to be food, games for kids, a lot of other activities. Spoken word, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Dancers, right? There's going to be dancers.
Huh?
Are there dancers?
Are we going to have any dance performances
know.
this
I'll
year?
come down and dance for you.
Come on down.
Yeah, I
We
don't
got
think
this
we
thing.
have any dancers. I asked somebody, and they never did give me an answer.
Typically, we'll have a Zumba.
We always have a
demonstration.
Zumba.
Yeah, so
but I don't know.
that's dancing.
We haven't been doing Zumba because of the pandemic, so all of us are very stiff.
So we'll all
But
be out there.
what I do during the session down there, I always have people come up. We do a soul train thing,
Yes.
and everybody gets up. You've been sitting too long, so get up and let's dance.
Shake your butts.
So everybody does.
Yeah.
Much fun.
Everybody does. And I have that on the program for us to get up and do that.
It's mandatory.
Yeah. Because you get tired of sitting. You know, they don't know they're tired of sitting. I have to tell them, get up.
Yeah. And plus, you've been locked in a house for over a year
That's
now,
right.
too. Get up.
That's right.
Shake out your bones
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Get funky. Saturday's the big celebration at Chancellor Park, and then on Sunday, the party continues over at Munson Williams, and there's going to be live music, craft kits for kids, and that takes place from 2 to 4 p.m.
2 to 4.
2 to 4 on, and that's free as well, right?
Yes.
To the public. So that's happening on Sunday, June 20th at Munson Williams Proctor Institute.
Art exhibit by Emma
Amos.
Emma Abels. She was a black artist. She passed away last year.
Last year, I think May. Yeah.
Okay.
Was she local?
No.
She wasn't local.
But
But we're excited to have
her
that exhibition unveiled.
her artwork is good.
Oh, awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to plug? How can people get in touch with you if they're interested? And maybe are you looking for volunteers or any kind of help with the celebration, or just
Not really.
No?
We want people to come
don't.
and enjoy.
just come in and
Yeah,
hang out?
that's right.
Yeah, we got a
Just
whole
make sure
team.
they bring their chairs, their lawn chairs out, and just lawn chairs and mask, I guess. If you haven't been vaccinated, for sure, bring your mask.
Yeah.
Wear a
we will
mask.
be, following, COVID protocols and,
Yeah,
all of
whatever the
vendors will
it
know.
is, that's what we'll be doing.
Which I feel like changes every day.
It does.
Yeah.
It changes every day.
Just
every
like
time
we were
I look
talking
around.
before this podcast, we were talking about how technology changes every day. Kind of the same thing with all the COVID
I know
rules.
it. I know it.
So we just encourage people, I keep my mask, with me all the time.
I do too.
Keep
It's
your
in my
mask.
car.
We'll still encourage.
Have you been
distance.
vaccinated?
Yep.
Okay.
And then it keeps.
Oh, I forgot we on podcast, and I'm saying.
You can say whatever you want. You could swear I prefer all this. But you know what? I like this 6-foot distance rule. Just keep 6 feet away
Just
from me.
nice.
That's right.
Whatever,
That's right. That's
Whatever
right.
works. But we will encourage
We'll be
that.
outside too.
Yeah.
Which
'Cause we
is,
want people
but
to
it'll be hot
comfortable.
air, but
Is there a website people could visit?
We don't have a website, but all the information is housed on Facebook at the Downtown Utica. If you go to that site, you can get all the information about the upcoming Juneteenth event.
Excellent. Robbie, how was your first podcast?
good. Nice and comfortable.
She comes in, she's like, I don't even know what a podcast is. I said, you and I are just going to sit here and we're going to have a conversation. Is all we're going to do.
Nice and comfortable. Thank you.
No, thank you for coming
Very
in.
good.
I think it's super important to educate the youth and educate everybody, too. I did not know about Juneteenth till last year.
Yeah, you're not by yourself. You're not by yourself.
Yep.
And now you're learning. You're never too old to learn something all the time.
Exactly.
Because that's me, all the time.
Constantly learning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when you stop learning, your mind is just put yourself 6 feet under, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Got to keep that brain active.
That's exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
What's your secret of staying young?
Working.
Working.
Keep my brain active. Because if not, I'll be laying up. Oh my God. Oh. I'm serious.
This has been great, ladies. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we get out of here?
No, we just encourage everyone to come out and enjoy. And it doesn't matter how much you know, how much you don't know. It doesn't matter. We're all just learning and growing. But the idea is just to come together as a community.
Really.
And just enjoy the
I'm
celebration.
just looking forward to seeing people. That's it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a lot of my friends will come out, the old ones.
Yeah. Everybody misses each other. Misses
I know
that
it.
social
I know
interaction
it.
with one
I
another.
know.
You can only do Zoom meetings for so long, right? And even that gets old.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
that gets old. Deidre Michelle McSweeney is saying hello to you from Utica Coffee.
Tell her I said hugs.
That's our girl over there, one of our favorite sponsors at Utica Coffee. WakeTheHellUp.com. You can check them out. Also want to say hello to Helen. Thank you for checking in. If
They
you're
can
watching
see
on Facebook right now, if you could do us
They
a
can see
favor
it
and
on
click the
Facebook
share
right
button.
now.
Oh yeah, you've been on Facebook the whole time, Robbie. Yeah. Say hi to the people.
Hi.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming in. This has been great, and I would really like to do a Club George podcast. So maybe we can get your mom in here, and then we should also talk about the Freedom Trail.
Yes, we got to get Mary
Yes,
in
you
here.
Yeah.
got to get
Yeah.
Mary
I would
in,
love that.
because that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I would love that, and
think so.
again, it's documenting history here in our community. So I think it's a very, very
Yeah,
important.
this community is history.
Oh yeah. Even dating back in the revolutionary times.
Exactly. That's
it's
right.
So much. I always say Utica is very deeply rooted. You could go anywhere in the world or maybe the United States, and somebody has a story about Utica. Either they know somebody from here, or passed through, or related, or
That's
from
true.
here.
I have
It is
experienced
true.
that.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
true.
It's
It
very
is.
deeply rooted.
It is.
For our small little 60,000 people community, it's got a lot of deep roots.
When I was growing up, it was about 130,000 people here.
And it's
Twice as many.
And it got
Now,
slashed
now
half.
it's slashed down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unreal. Well,
Smashed
hopefully it's
down,
starting
but
to come
still
back.
Deep-rooted, that
Yeah,
love, that
it is.
community still exists.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you see a little bit of a resurgence, though, going on in Utica, right?
Oh, right now I do.
Yeah.
I do. I see these companies, Cree and all these companies coming. That place in Frankfurt is coming.
Amazon.
So yeah. So I mean, it's like All you gotta do is just go on out there and get you a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Get back to work, people.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much. Make sure you people go check out Juneteenth celebration next weekend. It's going on all weekend long. And if you need more information, is there a Facebook page or something like that, maybe?
Downtown Utica. Connect to the Downtown Utica Facebook page. That's where all the information is.
All the information's on the Downtown Utica Facebook page. Shout out to EJA Moving Services, Joey's at 307, Utica Coffee, my attorney Dave Longaretta, and Saranac Brewery. If not for my for my sponsors, this podcast is not possible. So thank you so much to the sponsors for making it all possible.
Until it go off.
You ready? Thank you, ladies, for coming in, and I will see you again tomorrow. Later, people.